So we're going to start by doing some basic sphere calculations, and we're going to use the planet Earth as a giant sphere and find out the surface area and volume of it. So first things first, you have to know a little something about the Earth. The Earth is about 12,700 kilometers wide. That is the diameter of the planet. It's not a perfect sphere, but that's sort of like the average diameter of the Earth. Now, of course, for the calculations, we don't want the diameter, we want the radius, because if we check out the expressions for surface area and volume of a sphere, they use the radius, not the diameter. So we got surface area is 4 pi r squared, and the volume is 4/3 pi r cubed. And where those formulas come from, they come from calculus, actually. If you take the derivative of one or the integral of one, you'll get the other, but you guys can learn about that in a few years. So both those formulas use the radius, not the diameter, so we need to know the radius. And of course, the radius would just be half of the diameter. So the radius for the Earth would not be 12,700, it would be about 6,350 kilometers. So that is about the approximate radius of the Earth on average. So then we have our two expressions, and we can use our two expressions to actually calculate our values. So the surface area is 4 pi r squared. Well, I've got the 4, I've got the pi, the radius is just going to be the 6,350. We don't want to forget, we've got to square that when we do it, and then we can actually calculate the surface area of the Earth. Now, of course, this is going to be a very, very, very large number. And if you actually calculate it out, we get approximately 506,450,000 kilometers squared. And we can actually put this in scientific notation, which makes things a little bit easier. So we'll have to round off a little bit, but that'd be about 5.06 times 10 to the 8 kilometers squared. Okay, so that would be the surface area of the entire planet, and about 3/4 of that is actually covered by water. So only about 1/4 of that is actually land, 3/4 of that would be water, but that would be the surface area for the entire planet. So next, let's look at the volume of the sphere, or the volume of the Earth. So of course, volume is 4/3 pi r cubed. Now, with the radius cubed, it is going to make it absolutely gigantic. So we will have to make that 3 a little better. We will have to, wrong tool. There we go, that's better. We will get a very, very large number. It's going to be huge. So we're just going to write this one in the scientific notation because the number is going to be gigantic. So we've got the r cubed. I like to do my things to exponents first, so we got the 6,350. We will take that, put that to the power of 3. Remember, that's not times 3, that's 6,350 times 6,350 times 6,350, and get the answer for that. Then multiply that by the pi, and then multiply it by the 4, and then divide by 3. And then we will have the volume for the planet. And if we do that, again, we're going to jump right to scientific notation because it's a huge number. We get approximately 1.07 times 10 to the 12 kilometers cubed. Not squared, but cubed. Kilometers squared for area, kilometers cubed for volume. So that would be the approximate volume of the entire planet altogether.